The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Hey, Diane, how did you like doing that show in Weehawken, New Jersey?
I've never been to Weehawken, New Jersey, Goldie.
Oh. Well, how did you like doing that show in Racine, Wisconsin?
I've never been to Racine, Wisconsin, either.
Oh. Well, what did you think of performing in Wickenburg, Arizona?
Goldie, I've never been to Wickenburg, Arizona, or Weehawken, New Jersey, or Racine, what you call it?
Wisconsin?
Yeah. I've never been there.
Wait a minute, I'm not through yet. Huh. For a big star, you don't get around much.
Does anybody here remember vaudeville? Does anyone recall the two a day?
Remember how they opened with the animal act?
Somebody bark, bark!
Somebody quack, quack!
The comic always came before the juggler.
And George M. Cohan always closed the bill.
The laughs were louder, the actors prouder. Do you remember vaudeville?
Did you know Detroit manufacturers are way ahead of their time?
How do you know that, Diane?
They're already calling back next year's cars.
Gee, Judy, medical costs are sure going up. You know, my dentist charged me $1,000 for root canal work.
Boy, he's got a lot of nubs.
And they're mine, all mine.
Hey, Ruthie! Guess what? I just heard they're working on a birth control pill for, men.
Well, that's ridiculous, Joanne.
Uh-huh.
Men don't have babies anyway.
I took a wonderful memory course last August. Or is it last week?
Goldie, not only are you delightful,
Yes.
but you're unforgettable.
Who is?
Hey, Dan!
Yes.
Hi!
Hi.
You know what? My girlfriend kept nagging her husband to give her something all the movie stars had.
Oh?
So he gave her a divorce.
Hey, Pammy!
Yes.
You know what Raquel Welch's business manager said?
What's that?
There's gold in them dar hills.
And they're mine, all mine.
Artie, how do you time a 3-minute egg?
I don't know. I've never ever been to an egg race.
Hey, Diana Ross, sans the Supremes. Do you know how gypsies make chicken cacciatore?
No, Joanne. How do gypsies make chicken cacciatore?
Well, second, they steal a cacciatore.
Hey, Teresa! Hi, friend. Do you ever think there's gonna be a black man on the moon?
Listen, if George Wallace is ever elected president, there won't be nothing else up there but.
Wait a minute. That last joke, if I'm not wrong, is a George Wallace cacciatore joke.
Well, it looks like we're going to have fun tonight. Huh?
Well, I wish I could stay for the show, but I'm going horseback riding.
You're going horseback riding?
Yeah, I got the whole outfit. 10-gallon hat, chaps, boots, and a spur.
You mean spurs. You have to have two.
No, I mean spur.
Well, now, how can you ride a horse with just one spur?
Well, I figure if one side of the horse starts running, the other will too.
Let's tell a joke and set the whole world laughing. Let's do some shtick and send the clouds away.
Remember Eva Tangoy always tearing her hair.
Singing the song, I don't care.
I used to love the military toe tap.
That always puts some money in the till.
Some jokes by Miller, a trained gorilla.
They laughed it up in vaudeville. They laughed it up in vaudeville.
And now, from the smoke-filled room at the beautiful downtown Burbank Sausage Makers Convention, NBC presents A Lot of Baloney, known to weenie lovers everywhere as The Rowan and Martin Laugh-In, starring two guys who can still cut the mustard, Dan Frank and Dick Furter. And tonight's guest goodie, Diana Ross, Michael Caine, and the following assorted hors d'oeuvres: Judy Carn, Artie Johnson, with Ruth Buzzy, Henry Gibson, Goldie Hawn, Alan Suze, and Burbank's own chicken delight, Joanne Worley. Also with relish, here are the new kids who can't be here tonight due to a previous commitment on Laugh-In: Teresa Graves, Pamela Rogers, Jeremy Lloyd, Byron Gilliam.
And me, I'm Abe Fortas. You know, one of the Supremes.
And yours, I love you truly, Gary Owens. Also tonight, for the very first time, in full view of the entire audience, Morgul the Friendly Drell will reveal the true identity of Helmut Dantine. But first, this thrilling message from the good folk who pay the bills.
The cigarette with the flavor that goes on and on and on.
You think that's dull, drab, and uninteresting? Well, here comes the real nitty-gritty. Dig.
Cacciatore!
And now, here are two gentlemen who need no introduction because they already know each other. Dan Rowan, coming to you from high atop the Empire State Building, trying to rescue Fay Ray from the clutches of his partner, the lovely Dick Martin.
More cobs. Hey, you're looking very well tonight.
Well, I guess so. I just spent the last 20 minutes in Palm Springs.
Oh, well, that'll do it for you.
You know, it's a marvelous place, Palm
Yeah.
Springs. You know you can rent sun lamps there now?
Well, what in the world do you want to rent a sun lamp in Palm Springs? It's 110 degrees.
So you can stay in the house all day and get a marvelous tan. One tiny little fly in the ointment.
Usually is.
Well, if you rent the sun lamp and you don't pay for it,
Yeah.
they send a couple of guys over to take the lamp back.
Well, that figures.
And then they scrape the tan off.
That sounds
Ooh.
painful, especially if you haven't been wearing your swimming outfit.
Oh, swimming outfit? Well, they could hear me for miles around, I'll guarantee you.
Why is that?
I may never play volleyball at a nudist colony again.
You were in a nudist colony?
I didn't know that. No wonder I got such a nice even tan.
Moving right along. Here's the Pied Piper of puberty, the leaping leprechaun of the lollipop set. Here's our very own Uncle Al.
Sweetheart. This is Uncle Al. This is Pal. Hello, little friends. Hello. 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 Oh, that was naughty, Melissa. Now let's open Uncle Al's Fun Kit. Oh. And now it's time for the string game. Who fixed this? Now, we take and we put the string like this to make a cat's cradle, right? Right. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're gonna make today. It's gonna be real fun. First, we take our big
Cats, Uncle Al.
I bet you do, dear. Now, we take that and we put the Uncle Al's hand here and the auntie's hand. Who wrote this? Auntie's hand right here. Our little Pinky Winky. It's not. I think I'll be right here for some time. This was Uncle Al, the kitty's pal. Goodbye. That's wrong, Melissa. That's definitely wrong. Goodbye, kid.
He's nothing, but his roommate is out of sight.
Gabriel. You know, he's never been the same since Herb Alpert made it.
I know it's none of my business, but really, you should get out of Vietnam, you know. It's a war you can't win, and you can't afford to lose. It's much the same position England was in when your George Washington started his ruckus with us. I'm afraid first I'll have to clear that with my...
Conversation's getting kind of bold and rather witty, and proper folks that worried you might hit the nitty-gritty. There's a sound going around from Burbank to Chattanooga. Don't mean a bleep or a boop-boop. We mean a ooga. Go take a fly in a ooga, mister, scream in a ooga, sister, yell out a ooga to the whole a ooga scene. Hold my ooga, son, a kiss my ooga, honey. Keep areola ooga clean. Hey, Mr. Blue Nose, what does a ooga mean? Ooga. A ooga. What in a ooga does a ooga mean? Ooga. A ooga. Ooga.
And now it's time once again for the man who keeps America on its toes. The man whose analysis of international affairs has been 98% correct 2% of the time. General Bull Wright.
All right, America, shape up or ship out. It's General Bull Wright here. Drop your socks and grab your notes. You people will take pencils. What? Well, they know what I mean. Over here tonight, my commentary is brought to you by the makers of Mason Tear Gas, promising better things for better living through chemistry. Hundreds of satisfied users, including the National Guard and the Chicago Police Department, and they both carry the Reagan Peacekeeping Seal of Approval. All right. Now in a serious vein. Tonight I want to talk about all those bleeding heart liberals who say our military spending is too high. Boulder Dash! Why, if anything, it's not high enough. It's military spending that put this country in the shape it's in today. We're managing to keep it that way with nothing more to work with than a small, limited war in Southeast Asia. Now these weeping liberals want to take our good... What? Now these weeping liberals want to take our good defense dollars for the poverty program. Well, I ask you, what has poverty ever done for your country? Think about it. Look alive, Congress. Give our nation what it needs most. A guaranteed annual war. Now at ease. Secure for the night. Smoke if you got it. I'd like to leave you with this thought, friends. An America at war with someone else is an America at peace with itself. So remember, make war, not love. Still on?
If the 82nd Airborne Division is watching, I love all you jumpers. Hit the silk, sweeties.
Gravy movie.
Hey, everybody, be sure to see that great John Wayne soul movie, True Grits.
Hey, here's another letter to Laughing from 9-year-old Marty Nash in Louisville, Kentucky. And Marty, your $2 is on their way for this little line poem you sent us. Pam, if you please.
Roses are red and violets are blue. Dick has a bippy, and so do you.
That's not worth $2.
How do you know? You've never seen Dick's bippy.
I wouldn't even know where to look.
Oh, look up in the sky. Gotcha!
And now here's another letter to laugh in for which we are happy to pay $2. Would you care to read it, Dick? Read it, Dick?
Oh, you're good at this.
Yes.
Be sure to watch Letters to Laugh In on NBC Monday through Friday, starting September 29th.
Come on, that's not funny.
Well, I know that.
And it's certainly not worth $2.
Well, don't worry. NBC will make up for it in the next 60 seconds. Watch this.
Watch this one.
Cough. Sir.
Yes,
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
The wing is a sheet of flame, and we're losing altitude fast. So, if you're going to order another drink, I'd recommend you do it now.
How'd you do that again?
Madam, it doesn't matter if you've had a bankruptcy, lost your job, new in town, had repossessions, you'll have no credit problems with us.
But how can you do that?
Because you're going to pay cash.
Tonight, Laugh-In takes a penetrating look at insurance.
Hey, I just bought one from my cousin Harvey.
Cousin Harvey's an insurance man, huh?
You better believe it. You know, he's even got me covered for monsoons, volcanoes, and Indian uprisings.
Oh, boy, have you ever been had. Monsoons only happen in the tropics. There are no volcanoes in California, and there hasn't been an Indian uprising in over 100 years.
Aha! But if I'm ever climbing the Krakatoa
Yes?
in the rain and run into a nasty Navajo...
Cousin Harvey's right there.
Where?
In the rain on Krakatoa with an Indian.
Well, that sounds dangerous. He ought to get himself some insurance. I wonder if he'd like to meet my cousin Harvey.
I don't know. Listen, as I said, friends, tonight Laugh-In takes a penetrating look at insurance. Did you ever hear that before?
Yeah, my cousin just sold me a policy.
This is us arm and sling.
Man his head.
Burning clothes. Lying down. Falling apart.
Etc., etc.
Oh, the pain. Concussion of the brain.
Oh, the back, the sacroiliac.
Oh, the neck, the car's a total wreck.
Oh, the trauma, calling him bomber.
How do we ever live without insurance? How could we really die without a good group plan?
How could we smash the car up, burn the new den and bar up without the old insurance man?
Giving us trouble.
Maybe you think you're in good hands with Fallstate.
Buddy, those hands could have you by your premium.
Sure you can buy protection.
But when you tried collection,
Baby, they treat you like a bomb.
But they build those fundamental, essential buildings, those accidental, provincial buildings. But comes the time for putting your blame in.
Frustration. Then cancellation.
What would we ever do without the whiplash? How could we get a cent without the injured back? Why should we all stay healthy?
When we could all be wealthy.
Playing the hypochondriac. How could we ever live without insurance? Statistics won't tell.
they never do.
How do we want to live without insurance? Rather carefully, but
Oh, the ache, the double compound break.
rather carefully, but
Oh, the head. At least a year in bed.
rather carefully, but very well.
Insure this.
I've got good news for you, Mr. Roshkin. My company is reducing your life insurance premiums $4 a month.
Hey, that's out of sight. How can you afford to do that?
Well, you see, we don't just rely on premiums for income. Insurance companies take your money and invest it. As a matter of fact, we own this building that you live in.
But how can buying this building reduce our life insurance premiums $4 a month?
That's very simple, Mrs. Roshkin. We're raising your rent $7 a month.
Cough. Bubonic plague.
As future insurance salesmen and women, I think you should all know about actuarial tables, which tell the life expectancy of the average person. For instance, according to our figures, one person will die every 5 seconds. Well, on second thought, maybe it's 5 persons every 1 second.
Mother, you're going to be all right.
No, son. I've lived a full life. It's all over.
No, Mom, not you. You can't go this way.
Son, remember, I want you to take over the family business when I leave.
I'll do my best.
Oh, I've worked hard. I had my first success at 15 when I faked falling down the stairs at the local Nickelodeon. Got a couple of $1,000 for that.
The framed claim is still over the mantelpiece, Ma.
Oh, I'll never forget that case of fake stomach poisoning. That settlement bought us our house. Remember, son, seafood restaurants are always the best. Just grab your stomach and cry out,
It was the crab.
It's going to be hard to live up to your success.
Oh, you can do it. You can do it. Oh, I'm proud of you, son. Oh, not many sons could stay in a wheelchair faking amnesia for 4 years just to collect on a kiddie car accident.
What's a son for, Mom? Anyway, that trip to Europe more than compensated for it.
Oh, you know we couldn't have afforded that if your father hadn't have faked going blind after he washed his face in that soap the stars use.
I know, Mom. I know. Don't worry, I'll look out for him.
And remember, always cheat the insurance company. They expect it of you.
You're dying.
Yes. And now for the bad news. Oh, here I am, covered in double indemnity and dying of natural causes.
Not too late, Ma. Can you just make it down to the street?
Oh, God love ya. That's my boy.
That little exercise in semantics, friends, is what we euphemistically call our look at insurance. You know, I think we were pretty harsh on those guys, Dick.
Well, they deserve it. They canceled my auto insurance.
Oh, really? Had a lot of accidents?
Well, I just happened to run over my insurance agent while driving my new car.
Ran over your own insurance agent? Oh, there's a funny coincidence.
Well, actually, I was on my way to see my doctor, see, and they're both on the 12th floor.
I see. Well, how did you run over your insurance agent?
I must have just made a wrong turn coming out of the elevator.
That would explain it.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Boy, Goldie, that Dick is really dumb.
Yeah, you know, I think by now I should know the 12th floor is a one-way floor.
Yeah, by now. Hi. And now just to put a smile on the face of all those wonderful folks at NBNC, just you listen. Ouch. You know, Goldie, a lot of people think I'm really skinny.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't mention it if you were taller.
Well, I'm told people mention it.
Sure, but you lie about your age.
On the other hand, you girls must eat very little food.
Well, we have to eat very little food. Big food gets stuck.
I was in a Burbank diner and ordered kidney pie. They said they didn't carry it. It seems the hospital refuses to deliver.
Now, didn't you say, listen, that salesman back there, the cat with the bald head?
Mr. Jones.
He wouldn't talk to me at all. Didn't you say that you'd sell a car regardless to race, creed, or color?
That's right, regardless of race, creed, or color of the car.
We're a little behind schedule, sir. Miss Beagleman will bring your tray right along.
Here's your tray.
Now it's time once again for Beat the Band. And here are your hosts, Marquis and Decide.
Well, wrinkle me prune.
Speaking of Meyer Breckenridge, you know, I still find it difficult to accept a book and now a motion picture about a man who turns into a woman.
Well, Gore Vidal wrote it.
Well, of course. What would you expect Gore Vidal to write about? Steam fitters?
What party?
What party? Where did you get to? Was there a cut here I missed? You sound like Henny Youngman.
Well, I met him at a party.
Henny Youngman?
No, Gore Vidal.
Oh, funny you mentioned the party.
What?
Well, it's time to go.
No, it's not the same if you have to be asked.
Well, if that's the way you feel about it, don't go. But they're expecting you.
That's funny. I told them I was coming.
Well, maybe that's the reason they don't know you're there.
Well, why don't we go?
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Hey, why don't you come over to my place Friday night for a late supper?
How late?
Oh, somewhere around Sunday noon.
Last Saturday, I attended the wedding of two old classmates. The bride was my classmate in high school, The groom, unfortunately, was my classmate in college.
I simplified my boss's filing system and put everything under A. A letter, a customer, a contract. Now I'm looking for a job.
It is written that he who would chase the man-eating tiger would be well to look in the back streets of Rangoon between 9 and midnight.
Boris and I joined a sexual freedom league, and within 2 weeks, our team took first place.
Last night I dreamed I fell asleep in the middle of the freeway. Golly, I got so scared. I got scared so much. I got up, moved over to the curb.
I think Secretary Finch would have had more luck last summer if he had nominated Dr. Knowles on a Wednesday. AMA would have been out playing golf.
I regret to report that the Beatles have fallen on hard times. I saw them the other day passing the same cigarette around.
In my day, girls' skirts went up to there, but not so often.
Baron, I read the government's paying Senator Eastland $116,000 not to grow anything on his farm.
Dan, that ain't nothing. The brothers in my neighborhood would be happy not to grow it for half that much.
My latest underground movie, The Sex Life of a Tossed Salad, opened last night. The New York critics didn't like it, but Julia Child gave it 4 stars. Kiss the beaver.
Wow! Diana Ross, you lost your belt. Guess what, darling? Did you know that Harry Belafonte's career started when his shirt came back from the laundry sans buttons?
Funny, that's how Jane Fonda got started, too.
I hear they're making a movie about the Civil War. It's written, produced, directed, and acted by black people. It's a little different.
Yeah, especially the part where Lincoln is freed by the slaves, honey.
Now, here's an important word.
Important.
See? Told you it was important.
Hello, hello. I'm your duty doll. You can wash my little hands. You can wash my little face. But try to wash my little body, and I hit. And hit. And really hit.
Aren't you coming to bed with me, my husband?
It's the girl from next door. She must be sleepwalking.
You realize it could be fatal to wake a person up in this condition?
Yeah, I know.
Then whatever you do, don't wake us up.
You are my prisoner. Give us your name, rank, and serial number.
I won't tell you anything.
Aha! You know what we do to prisoners that don't talk?
No.
You won't tell us that either. Well...
Hey, Goldie, what happened to your wing?
Well, I wasn't looking where I was going. I flew right into the pearly gates.
Oh, you better be careful. You could kill yourself that way. Guess what? Here comes the NBC theme song again. Missed.
Don't worry about the mechanical condition of this car, madam. It's guaranteed for 20 miles or 10 years, whichever comes first.
Aha!
It's Not Working Out Today by Henry Gibson. It's not working out today. I just slipped over the window, scratched the ceiling, and dropped the door off. I wish it hadn't landed open. I think my touch got out. Maybe there's too much bump. If you don't like long trips, sit further away from things. I think I'll go back and start over. It's not working out today.
And then after the house was burgled, my new car broke down right after the warranty ran out. My canary came down with laryngitis, and the state built a freeway straight through my rose garden.
That's the saddest news
Oh, no. That's good news. Here comes the saddest news you've ever heard. If you are hip, you're gonna take a trip. We're gonna take the strain from your brain and tell it like it is.
Want the news across the nation. We have got the information. In a way, we hope will amuse you. We just love to give you our views. Ladies and gents, laughing looks at the news. Here's Dan. Oh, Dan. Oh, Dan.
Here's with the news of the president. The man to whom the news wouldn't be the news without the news.
Who?
Here's Ducky.
Ducky!
That's Dickie, you quack.
Him, Dick, me, quack.
Production was halted today on the filming of The Love Machine when two of the actors forgot their parts. The Meat Packers of America met yesterday to refute the claim that they are adulterating their products. Unfortunately, the key speaker ate a sample hot dog and choked to death on a piece of buffalo hoof. In Hollywood, screen star Audrey Hepburn agreed to go topless in her next movie, Adam and Eve, in which she co-stars with Elizabeth Taylor. Take it away, Goldie.
Oh, here with the old future news. It's that old future newsmaker, Dan Rowan. Yeah, that ought to hold you, Danny boy.
That's fine. Goldie, the podium.
Oh. Why do you have to think of everything around here?
Los Angeles, 1989. Mayor Sam Yorty announced that he has a solution to L.A.'s critical smog condition. His plan calls for thousands of gigantic fans to be driven by thousands of gigantic gasoline engines.
Well, at least it's a lot cooler.
Lima, 1989. Peru today announced a further extension of its territorial waters. Concurrent with this, 20 Peruvian sailors seized a floating crap game in downtown Detroit.
Once again, from Tinseltown. Dig the tinsels? Can you dig it? Tinseltown, here's our Hollywood reporter, Ruth Buzzy, with the scoops of the day. Here comes the scoops.
Here it is. Here it is. Last night, Mrs. Steve McQueen waited on the guests at her party herself. She used paper plates, paper napkins, and paper cups.
Well, it looks like Splitsville over at the Steve McQueen's. Last night, his wife served him with papers. Bye from Buzzy.
Now, here's a real laugh-in prune wrinkler.
If the American Revolution had gone the other way, you might have had a queen in the White House. If you had a queen in the White House, America might have gone the other way.
And now to give you the lowdown on all the goings-on in our nation's capital, here's our man in Washington.
Hello, government boss. This is Pam Rogers, your man in Washington. I just came back from the presidential press conference, and guess who was there? The president! Tune in next week for another in-depth look at our nation's capital. Till then, adjourn, sweeties. Isn't my gavel something else?
Hi, did you notice my hair? Okay, now, sports lovers, drop your socks and grab your tinkle, 'cause here's the loveliest sport of them all. Big Al himself. Take it away, you old tinkle.
Ha! Big Al here in the old badminton ring.
Featurette. Oh, promise me anything but give me a tinkle.
I just finished covering the intercollegiate cross-country hike. All the way from New York to Los Angeles. Oh, hurt, pain, blister. You wouldn't believe. Especially when I tried to sit down. It was the end. Ta-ta. Oh, I love my tinkle. Tune in next week and hear my ding-dong. Come on over to my pad and I'll show you my big bend. Well, that's it for now, bell buffs.
My roommate just loves Big Al's tinkle.
Well, once again, Laugh-In takes you to Stanton Corners for the rural report from our Cracker Barrel philosopher, Cyrus Quigley.
Oh, hello. Why, I was just reading about that bunch of hippies come up to Stanton Corners last night. Took over Paley's goat farm and barricaded themselves in the barn. Didn't do no good, though. After 15 minutes, the barn door burst open and 132 goats come pouring out, gasping for air. Then I see where they're trying to discourage kids from sniffing glue by putting horseradish in it. We only got one user in town, and now every time he sniffs the stuff, he gets an uncontrollable desire to lay down on a plate full of roast beef. Well, that's about it from Stanton Corners for tonight. I'll see you next week.
La-da-dee-da, ladies and gents, Laugh-In looked at the news. Oh, yeah!
And now, musically speaking, a sentimental journey with Burt Bacharach and his band of Renacarac.
I thought they were on Channel 2.
Bell, Barth.
Sorry, sir, you're sitting in the wrong seat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was almost as funny as the Magna Carta, and about as old.
You know, I've been meaning to ask you, Dick. You haven't mentioned your brother lately.
Well, Dick said.
Yes?
That's my half-brother.
Your half-brother.
Yes.
Well, how is he? He queried.
Well, he lost his part-time job.
Now, your half-brother lost his part-time job.
Yeah, he's semi-retired now on the advice of his psychiatrist.
Well, for heaven's sake. He goes to a psychiatrist.
Well, he has a split personality.
Listen, Jack, you really think a psychiatrist can cure him?
Well, he's got a 50-50 chance.
Let me get this straight. You have a half-brother, lost his part-time job, and he is in semi-retirement with a split personality, and he's now got a 50-50 chance of recovering?
Yeah, you see, he thinks he's 4 different people. Fortunately, 2 of them just left.
Uh-huh.
That must be my darling.
Time now for Robot Theater.
Happy birthday, sweetheart. I have a surprise for you. But first, a kiss.
I am so excited. What is in the back?
Your favorite, a complete Chinese dinner for 2.
How delicious. Could we start right away? I am starved.
Of course, my dear. Some delicious fried rice. And some chicken chow mein. And your favorite. A lobster. And a bib for you.
Oh, wonderful, darling.
Let me fix your bib.
Thank you, darling.
Fix your chair for you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, darling.
Happy birthday, sweetheart.
You are so thoughtful.
I really should apologize for the British lack of interest in your California earthquake scare of last spring. You see, it wasn't until I saw Burbank that I realized the earthquake had actually happened.
And now, for the first time this week and the last time tonight, it's time for the Flying Fickle Finger of Fate Award.
And who gets the indulgent index tonight?
Well, first, let me explain. You see, in April of 1968, according to the Associated Press, some Ku Klux Klansmen rode through the colored section of Smithfield, North Carolina, brandishing guns.
Aha! The Klan gets the rigid digit.
No, not this time. Now, in retaliation, there were 5 young Negroes set fire to the Klan headquarters, causing almost $100 worth of damage. They must have completely destroyed it.
I guess so. Well, the kids get it then.
No. But they got it from Superior Court Judge William Y. Bickett. He sentenced each one of these kids to 12 years in prison.
Woo! Well, the good judge felt pretty strong about it, didn't he?
Well, he did then, but not now. You see, he recently said, I don't mind admitting I might have made a bad judgment, a mistake.
So the judge corrected his mistake and lessened the sentence, huh?
No.
You mean...
Yeah, that's right. Although he admits he might have been wrong, the judge says he has no plans to alter his judgment.
Well, then tonight's fickle finger ought to go to Judge Biggett.
That's Bickett.
Bickett, I'm sorry. Bickett, take this, Your Honor, and see how the defense rests.
Now, of course, we could be wrong in giving it to you, Judge, but we have no plans to alter our judgment either.
Good for us.
One further note, if we may.
You mean there's more?
Just this. While Judge Bickett wouldn't change his mind, the governor of North Carolina, Robert W. Scott, felt that there'd been a little inequity, and he decided to set things right.
Don't tell me he handed Judge Bickett his personal flying finger of fate.
No, better than that. He commuted the sentence of the 5 men.
Oh, well, there's some good news tonight.
But in the meantime, Judge Bickett.
Mm-hmm.
And be sure and tune in next week, folk, when the flying fickle finger of fate, or the pulsating pointed plunger, as Pop, our friendly stage doorman, calls it, goes to President Nguyen Van Thieu of South Vietnam for keeping so many American boys off the streets at night.
Well, we certainly hope you've enjoyed the show tonight and that you'll all be back here next week at the same time. You'd like to add something to that?
Well, it's been fun for me to know, but it's
been fun for you to know?
To do,
yes.
But I'd rather not talk about it. I've got to go see some rushes of Myra Breckenridge.
You know, that sounds like quite a picture. You know, I just can't visualize, though, Raquel Welch in men's clothes.
I got a suit I'd like to see her in.
Why don't you bring it to the studio?
I'm wearing it.
Say goodnight, Dick.
Good night, Dick. Good night, Raquel.
Raquel. Good night, everybody.
On this very site, on Sunday, December 7th, 1941, at 2:30 in the afternoon, Burbank surrendered to Japan.
Artie, the police are looking for a man with one eye called Bernie.
Really?
Yeah.
What's his other eye called?
Hey, Henry.
Yeah, Alan?
You know what would be nice? If you and I took Diana to see the national Capitol.
Oh, I can't do that, Alan. I'm taking her to Washington, D.C. this weekend.
Those two boo-boos ain't taking me nowhere.
I took the family on a hike last week. Altogether, we lost 112 pounds. Grandma was eaten by a bear.
No, wait! No, there you see, Dan?
Yes?
An Englishman doing chicken jokes!
wasn't a chicken joke. It was bear.
Oh, Bill! Making chicken jokes. How dreadful. I'm appalled.
Hey, Pam, go away already. Hey, Pam, I hear you quit going out with that window salesman.
I had to. He gave me a pain.
Who was it said the buck stops here?
I think it was Pocahontas.
I think you're right.
Mr. Michael Caine, you are so quiet and subdued. Are all Englishmen reserved?
No, as a matter of fact, I'm free tonight.
You know what? That's too bad because I was going to invite you to dinner.
Burbank has his own space program. They drop a man out of a 5-story building onto a trampoline and hope for an updraft.
Very good.
Ordering 2 egg foo young for Mao Zedong, or is it Mao Zedong for egg foo young?
Goldie, you can't believe anything Mao Zedong says. You know he's got such a slanted point of view about everything.
Teresa, don't you dare try to make any jokes about race, creed, or religion on this show. Right, gang?
Wait, don't jump. There's so much to live for. Why, there's the college students. No. There's Biafra. No. There's Ronald Reagan. Oh, heck, let's go. You're right.
Let me get one more.
No, I'm sorry, sir. You've had quite enough.
Come on, just one more.
I'm sorry you cannot have another drink.
All right. I'll go back to cockpit.
The preceding show was pre-recorded, and I think it's safe to tell you now, tonight was one of Lucy's better shows. But for those of you who watched ABC, oh.
Good night to you too, Lucy and Gary.
Oh, Lucy, let Gary see my show. Have him stay up there, will you, please?
Your show? When is it on?
Well, I'm next on NBC.
Oh, no. Bob Hope is next on NBC.
Yeah, well, I'm Bob Hope.
No, you're not. Bob Hope is up there.
There.
Catch him!